What's up, guys? We're back for another video update for the BRZ. Last video we dropped it off over at Blood and Fire Fabrication. About a week ago I picked it back up from there. If you watched my previous Impreza update video, I basically said that it's been a week from since I picked it up. I didn't have time to film it that day because it already started getting dark, and I work till 5 every day, so it gets dark before I can make a video. And then that weekend before, it was raining, so I couldn't do anything. But just the other day, I drove the BRZ up to the shop, and it's parked here right now until we go send it off to Rare Wraps to get wrapped. So here it is. Here's the BRZ. It's back in my possession. I can't really, it's not up in the air, so I can't show you the exhaust work that Blood and Fire did, but I can show you the cage. The cage isn't completely finished yet. He ran out of material the day I was picking it up, so I have to go back in January to just have the last few pieces done, which I don't really care. That's no big deal. So yeah, let me show you what he's done so far. Alright, so I'm sitting in the driver's seat right now. Right now I still don't have a passenger side seat in just because he has to finish the cage. And I'm not going to bother putting that in until, he's done. So this is the cage so far. It has the main hoop that's nice and boxed down there. Same on the other side that you can't see because the seat's in the way. But so we have the main hoop going up and around. And then right now we have the two bars that go back right into, let me get the light, right into the strut tower area. And right now we just have one diagonal piece. The piece that he mismeasured was the opposite side of the crossbar, so he wasn't able to finish that. So that's why I got to go back for him to do, and then weld in the gussets. And that's it for the cage. But all of it's nice and TIG welded. All of the welds are nice and clean. And yeah, I can't wait to finally have it done, so then I can paint the whole interior and paint the cage and make it all look nice, not all like slight corroded like the cage is right now. You can kind of see it a little bit better from the back right here through the trunk. Like I said, the crossbar still needs to go in, but it's looking really nice. Like I'm real excited with it. Oh, another thing that we have to do is that we have to weld all of the little eyelets for my Takata racing harness. We still have to do that for the driver's side, and I bought another harness for the passenger side. So we'll have to weld in the little eyelets for all those. So we'll still have to do that. He said he could get it all done the same day. So what I'll just do on Saturday, I'll drive up there, and just Saturday morning he'll start, and I'll just hang out there until he's done. He said it'll only take a few hours, so that's no big deal. So I'm still on the fence on what color I want to paint the interior and what color I want to paint the cage. Right now I'm kind of thinking maybe like a battleship gray for the floor, well basically for like the car itself, and then paint the cage itself white to kind of like match the interior trim pieces I have right here. Those are all white. So I like that. I like the two-tone of the gray and white. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do that. I'm just not 100% sure yet. Maybe if you have a suggestion, just leave it in the comments. I'll take a look at it and I'll see if your idea is better than mine. And so that's about it. Besides just put the seats and the center console back in, and then that part of the cage / interior is all set. I mentioned before that it's gonna be going to get wrapped probably in the next week, probably. And I actually have the wrap for it right there in the box. I'm not going to say what color it is yet. It's going to be completely different than what I usually do. Like, if you guys followed my Instagram for a while, you'd see I used Autoflex and I made it orange, which I only left on for a couple months just because I didn't like the way it came out. But it's always been blue. Whether it's been World Rally blue, like the stock color, or this like a little bit darker blue that it is right now, which I think looks absolutely amazing. But it's time to change it up. I've always wanted to do white. I love the look of white cars. Like my Toyota Tundra that I bought recently is white. But So white could possibly be one of the color for it. You don't know yet, but it's gonna be different. It's gonna be something different that I usually probably wouldn't choose. But once we do, there's gonna be 2 different stages to the wrap. There's gonna be the main color that we're gonna do right away, and then I'm gonna order kind of, you know, a different color. It's gonna be a little bit of a 2-tone, and when we're wrapping the Impreza, that's when I'll order the extra wrap for kind of like the livery design that I'm gonna do on the BRZ, and then that's when I'll throw all the sponsor decals on, my BoostWorks decals, all that. That's when all that stuff will go on. So that'll be a little bit later in the winter time. First, we're just gonna wrap it all one color. It's just gonna be a solid color. That's it. Once the Impreza's done and I'm ordering wrap for that is when I'll go ahead and I'll order the extra vinyl for the BRZ, and the livery design and all the decals will go on then. I'm also going to be repowder coating my wheels. I was going to keep the barrels brushed aluminum just because they came out, right now they're really dirty, but they came out really nice. I love brushed aluminum, but I wanted to change the face color, and I was going to do a anodized red, and I'm still kind of leaning towards that because it'll still go with the vinyl color that I'm going with and the eventual livery design that I'm doing. But I've always, when I first got these CCWs, they were gloss white. The outer lips and the faces were gloss white. And I had that color wheel when I was orange, and it looked really good. I loved the white. I loved the white faces, I loved the white lips, but with my big brake kit in the front that has track pads on it, they dust like crazy. Like right now, they're filthy, like they're disgusting. And you know, no matter what color I choose, or if I just leave them how they are, it's still going to be dusty. There's no way around it except for changing the pads. But I really want to do white again too, because the color that I chose will look really good with the white wheels too. So I might go back to all white, but then I also might mix match, as in I might leave the brushed aluminum barrel and do a white face. Now I've seen, I think some of the work wheels I've seen white with the brushed aluminum lips, and they look really good. I like that. So I might do that. I'm leaning more towards that, but the anodized red would look pretty sweet too. It's just a little bit more money. Now, like I said too, Blood and Fire also built an exhaust for me, which I can't really show. Like I'll try and show it right now, but I might not be able to get any view of it. But basically what they did is that if you own a BRZ, FRS, GT86, any of those, and you've looked into 3-inch overpipes, literally no one makes one. And it's because that space in between the subframe and the engine is really small. And just about 2.5 inches is all that you can find. So that's what I had. I had a DC Sports 2.5-inch pipe, and then just a regular 2.5-inch HKS overpipe, not overpipe, front pipe. And then when I went turbo, I got a 3-inch down pipe because that's what came with the turbo kit, and then I went right to a 2.5-inch pipe and then to a 3-inch catback. So it was kind of like the restricted area. So I talked to Blood and Fire, and they said it would be no big deal. They'd be able to handle it and build me a full 3-inch exhaust. And they did. They pulled it off. It worked perfectly. I splurged on the parts that we use, so instead of flanges, it's all V-band now. So basically from the turbo all the way to the axle back section of my exhaust, where the rear subframe is, all of that is V-band. So the axle back section where the muffler is on my Greddy exhaust, that's the only 2-bolt flange that's left. The first flange of the catback they actually cut off and they put a V-band on. So now basically my entire exhaust is all V-banded, which I've always wanted, and if I was going to spend the money to do the exhaust like I did, I was going to go ahead and just do the V-band, because why not? I was there doing it. So let's see if I can show some of the exhaust. Oh, and then one other thing that they did is that I had an external wastegate, obviously for my turbo kit, and I had it routed out my hood. So there's the hole right there that used to go for it. I still need to trim that so there's not a visual hole. But I was getting tired of the external wastegate just being loud, being obnoxious. Whenever it rained, water would get in it. Like when my buddy Matt and I were down at Hyperfest, it basically rained the entire time we were down there, and the wastegate tube just kept on filling up with water, and I didn't want to keep on having to deal with that. So it was fun for the time that I had it, for like the season that I ran it, but it was time for me just to route it back into the exhaust. So when they built the new downpipe, they also made a recirc pipe for the wastegate, so now that goes into the downpipe as well. So now I drove, you know, obviously I drove it a few times to get it here, and now when I'm in boost and the wastegate opens, I can't hear it at all, which I thought I'd at least be able to hear it a little bit. It is like dead silent. That, like, no joke, when I first like put it in boost, I thought the wastegate wasn't hooked up. Like, I thought there was no vacuum line going to it, because it was like, it's that silent that I just don't hear it anymore, which I'm perfectly fine with, especially if I start tracking it. And then, you know, if you know, some places have sound decibel limitations, and the external wastegate would probably go past that. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Now I can actually hear my turbo too, which is nice. You know, you got to hear those turbo noises. And before, with the external wastegate, once I got up to like 7 or 8 pounds is when the wastegate would start opening, and that was it. Like, all I was able to hear was wastegate. So let's see if I could show you anything. Let's see. So let's see, we've got the wastegate right there. You can kind of see the flex pipe for the wastegate tube that recircs back into the downpipe. You know, downpipe is right there off the turbo. Goes down, there's all my O2 sensors, air fuel ratio sensors, and let's see if I could get over here so you can see the, oh yeah, you can kind of see it. You can see the 3-inch overpipe with the V-band right there that goes over the sway bar. He said that was the most difficult part, obviously, getting it over the subframe and not contacting the engine at the same time. You can kind of see another V-band down there a little bit. It's kind of hard to see. But next time I have it on the lift, I'll bring my camera so I can show you guys the full exhaust, because it's extremely nice. Like, it looks really good, and I'm extremely happy with how it came out. I just have to replace one of the V-band clamps. But that's no big deal. I'll do that some other time. So I'm extremely excited with how it came out. I can't wait to actually start driving it again, like when it isn't winter time anymore. And it's gonna be a blast to drive. I can't wait for this season. I already have a few shows lined up, and I already have a few events for racing that I'm looking into that I want to try and register for. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. One other thing too that I have to do this winter is I gotta change out these tires. Right now I'm running, like, I don't know, these wheels have like 4-year-old R888s on them, which the tread is still fine, but they're a little noisy, just because way back when I used to run these wheels, I never did an alignment on it, so they're kind of chopped up on the inside. I'm sponsored by Toyo, so Toyo sent me their R1R tires, which are a little bit more of a streetable tire than the R888. So I have those that need to go on it, and I can't wait to try those things out. That's actually the type of tire that I'm going to put on my Impreza as well. Once I get new wheels for that, I'm going to use the R1Rs, and I can't wait to try them out. These aren't going to be my track wheels. I'm going to get another set of wheels that are going to be my designated track wheels, so those will have some R888Rs on them, and then these will have the R1Rs for more of a streetable setup, which will still grip extremely well. So for today, I'm going to cut it short with just that video. This was just more of a little quick update video on the BRZ, showing that I have it back and proving that I have it back. I'll do another video of when we're wrapping it. Probably like 1 or 2 videos of that when we're taking the wrap off, taking the car apart, re-wrapping it, putting it all back together. That'll probably be like maybe 1 or 2 videos. And then the next video after that will be me driving back over to Blood and Fire, having them finish it up. And then that'll be it. That'll be it for that. I'll probably do a video maybe of the painting. I might just do an update afterwards, because, you know, painting isn't too exciting. It's just gonna be a lot of taping off and a lot of covering the outside of the car so I don't get overspray all over the place. But so until next time, thank you so much for watching. Give me a subscribe and a thumbs up. It'll help me out, and I'll see you next time. See ya.